giving out free bad advice. Need some bad advice. No, you got your own bad advice? Okay, always stick with your own. Hi, buddy, how you doing today? Good, that's good. That's the fifth good in a row. Everyone's having a good day. Did I mention the rejection? What's your opinion of clowning in Canada?
Oh, I think it's a lot of fun.
You think it's fun?
Yeah.
Okay, what's fun about it?
I don't know, the improv of it.
The sort of made-upness, anything can happen in the middle of the street at any point.
It's kind of like
Underrepresented.
Underrepresented.
Underrepresented demographic. Clowns?
This is needing more.
Yes.
And you?
I think we could do well with more clowns.
More clowns. Okay.
I just don't have an understanding of the clown community, and if they were better represented.
I don't think the clown community understands themselves.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm Sketchy the Clown.
I'm Sketchy the Clown. I'm a vaudeville clown. I'm a comedy producer, and I teach vaudeville comedy. A lot of people, they join the clown community because it's a community. People are always looking for communities. So if a lot of people don't feel they fit into the mainstream, so a lot of my friends, they describe our group of friends as the weirdos. So these are the people we make art, we perform, we put on strange shows, we dress up in costume. There's other styles of clown. There's the sort of birthday party clowns, there's parade clowns, there's pageant clowns. And a lot of them get in because they're ostracized people who may have problems interacting with other humans. So having a character and a persona allows them to hide a bit behind that and then go and interact with people with this personality. I don't dress as a typical, well, I got the white face, so maybe that's pretty typical. But I don't have okay, I do have stripes, but I don't have like the bow tie and the frilly kind of weird stuff that you see with clowns. The theatrical clowns like to explore the innocence beyond experience. So they're adults and they've they shit and they've had sex and stuff like that, but they try to perform like that innocence, that wide-eyed innocence like a child or a puppy would have. I'm more of a talky clown. I've got concepts and ideas. It goes more to, I guess, slapstick or observational comedy as opposed to something you'd see in a circus or entertaining children beside a pony making balloon animals. So when I was young, I didn't really appreciate clowns. I remember my mother took me to a circus and there was a clown there and it looked like he had a pair of underwear on his head that he had attached some things to and put some makeup on, and I was really unimpressed by this. Later on, I guess it was in my 30s, and I played in a band, and for Halloween, we all dressed up, and I woke up one morning, and this is actually a wig, but underneath this, my hair is pretty much bald on top and then at the side, so it was growing out of the side, and I looked like a Bozo the Clown. I thought, oh my God, what a great idea, I'll go for Bozo as Halloween. So I put on all the makeup and I put on a costume, and so all the band members, we were all playing and wearing different costumes. And so I was having a lot of fun clowning around the background. I thought it was great. And I wanted to keep doing stuff, and I saw an ad for the Second City. You could take improv classes. I thought, oh great, I'll go try that. So while doing that, I met people who had studied clown. And I'm like, you can study clown? So eventually I had the time and I had the money, and I took what they call baby clown, and then I became a clown. So I was trying to think of how to make my own style of clowning, and it was a combination of, I thought it'd be funny to sort of imitate the, if you ever go to a bar and it's about 2 a.m. last call and you see these drunk young guys looking around, it's like, oh, if I'm gonna get lucky, it's now, but they're not gonna get lucky because it's 2 a.m. and they're drunk. So I wanted to sort of capture part of that essence and combine it with some other things, and I created my own thing. So I've actually discovered other Sketchy the Clowns through social media. I'm not the first one. Actually, the first one was this woman from the Bay Area. And so one day she sent me this email that said, I'm Sketchy the Clown. I'm a 30-year children's charity entertainer in the Bay Area, and I don't appreciate what you do. You're a bad clown. She was like one of these, the rainbow fright wig and the bad outfit sort of clowns. So I emailed her back and I'm like, fuck you. So I sent her a link to the Urban Dictionary, and at that point their definition was sketchy. Someone who you find rooting through your garbage pails in your backyard after a 3-day meth bender. So that was sketchy. So I sent that to her. I never heard back from her. Recently, people have started thinking about clowns in a different way. You had that whole run for a while there where people were being like scary, creepy clowns, where they would stand late at night in an empty parking lot just dressed as a clown holding a balloon. And so most of the clowns in the clown community were really upset this was giving clowns a bad name. And I'm like, no, this is so much better for our reputation than the birthday party clowns.
Do you have an opinion on the Joker movie?
Oh, I haven't seen it, but a lot of people, who get into clowning are these damaged, weird people, and so I think the Joker movie is kind of showing that. It's like here's a damaged person who's become a clown.
Interesting.
By the way, I want to ask you a question. How did it feel being in the new Joker movie? Like, did you like the role that you took on as? What was his name?
Actually, interesting enough, he was portraying me. Can I say hi to your dog?
Sure.
Being sketchy, I get a lot of, it gives me a lot of permission to be louder, to talk about myself. You're watching me talk about myself. I love talking about myself. Because I'm dressed as a clown, there can be a group of people having a conversation. I can walk right up to them. I don't care what their conversation is about. I'm going to interrupt it. And so all of a sudden they'll break what they're doing, their conversation. They're like, what does the clown come to say? And that's fun because people tend to be open to that. Being sketchy allows me to go up and just talk to people because people are fascinating, they're interesting. People think, Sketchy the Clown, you must be rolling in the cash because, your adult clown gigs in bars maybe once every 2 weeks must be rolling it. Well, no, I've had to learn to be a executive for software companies developing projects internationally and stuff in cutting edge technologies. It's right up there with balloon twisting. It's a difficult skill. When I first started doing clown, interesting story. A bit about my personal life. I've been married a couple times. So when I married my first wife, I was a computer programmer, and then I got into starting playing into rock bands. And she thought she was marrying a programmer, and she ended up married to a rock star. So she was unimpressed with that, so that marriage didn't last long. And the next wife thought she was marrying a rock star, and then I became a clown. So she's not very impressed with that, and that's equally as understandable. My mother thinks this is fantastic. She actually started her own clown troupe. She was part of a seniors dance group. She created a clown troupe, and I gave him a little bit of training. My dad doesn't really get it, but he's fine with it. He goes on Facebook and presses like on pictures that are 3 years old. So at 2 a.m., it's not creepy at all. It's weird, but it's my dad. Gotta love the guy. I don't know what they tell their friends, but whatever. I guess everyone's got a colorful family in some way or another. So if there's one thing I'd like people to take away, it's with the arts, don't have a lot of preconceived notions about it. So a lot of people, it's interesting, a lot of people see, if you think you're an artist, like, are you a painter? If you say you do comedy, then you do stand-up comedy. Well, there's so much more types of art than just painting. There's so many more types of comedy than just stand-up comedy. So just be open and try new things, because you never know when you're going to show up and Sketchy the Clown's going to take his pants off and pour beer on his junk. Anything can happen.